Hi. This is intended to be a brief yet informative guide to answering RPG a Day questions this year or in any subsequent year. It may seem silly that we would release a guide, but over the years we have noticed some problems. Even I've had problems. If you don't believe me, go back and look at my 2015 playlist where I struggled quite a bit with some of the questions. I couldn't quite keep myself focused on what the answers were about. I had to comment on the questions themselves, which lent a negative air to some of my responses. You see, this guide is coming from understanding that it can be hard. It can be hard to answer questions for 31 days on this topic. It can be hard to find a way into connecting with or in some way representing what some of the questions are about. Some of the questions will definitely seem like they have nothing to do with you or the way that you conduct yourself in a role-playing game. So, this boils down to 3 pretty simple rules, which I would like to share. Rule number 1 is the basis of RPG a Day, and that's positivity. Whatever you post over the 31 days, remember that the point of all of this was to talk positively about the hobby that you enjoy. Share the good parts of the hobby that you enjoy. Create momentum of sharing positively. After you've finished a recording or after you finish writing a blog post in answer to one of the RPG a Day questions, look it over again. Is it positive? Then, the second rule is that the questions are prompts. They're prompts. They're there to elicit a response. What they are not are scripts. We're not trying to box you into a specific answer that we want. We're asking questions in hopes of getting back a variety of responses, positive responses. If a question doesn't quite feel like it matches you and your gaming, well, there are a couple of different things that can be done. 1, remember it's a prompt. It's to get you thinking. Is there some way that you can approach that question which shares the distinct and unique nature about you and your group and the way that you play your games? Then go for it. If not, well, you can check out the site. You can go to castingshadowsblog.com. You can go to my blog. And where you found the infographic to begin with, where you find the questions, there are alternate questions posted. And that list of alternate questions will slowly expand if I see that people are using them. So you might be able to find a question that better matches who you are as a gamer. No worries, no harm, no foul. And you certainly haven't lost momentum or skipped out on the challenge of completing 31 questions. But maybe none of the alternates apply to you either. Well then, at that point, you could consider skipping a day, or how about making your own question for that day? Look at the other questions for the other weeks across the month. Is there something there that seems like it's almost a good question, that makes you think of something that you would like to say, but there's no question directly asking you it? Well, go for it. Save it up for a day that you can't answer, and go for it on that day. So that matches up with rule number 1 really well. Be positive. And the last rule, I guess, for RPG a Day is to check out what other people are saying. Comment on it, even if it's just a right on or a thumbs up. And share it. So maybe there's someone out there who hasn't been lucky enough to discover this hobby like we have, or they've been too shy and they need just a little bit more persuasion to take that next step and try it, to become a player, become a game master. And maybe one of the positive things that you say about this hobby will be the thing that convinces them. That's it. That's the end of our guide. I hope, if you're having trouble with the RPG a Day questions, that this can offer some help and help you have some fun with it, like we do.